What up, family? Get a news report. Mary Dash, Twin Mary and Lee. Today is Tricky Tuesday in my city, Chicago. November 30th, 2021, so they say. All right, first I'd like to give a shout out to the game because it was his birthday yesterday, November 29th. Happy belated birthday. Now, for me to go on with the business at hand because that's all they look at us as a business. I've been in the house a couple of days just thinking. And, I was looking over the beef documentaries 1, 2, and 3, but it really goes back to long before rap was even really a part of the madness, if that's what you want to call this. Um, yeah, people be hungry. Now, my first ever YouTube video is called Mary Mac versus the Fat Black Oprah Winfrey. And I didn't consider it a beef. And if you Google beef and Google versus, it versus pretty much says, you know, kind of like a, a competition thing or whatever, if that's what you want to call it. It's kind of like another word for beef, but not beef. Beef is, a cow. You understand? You got people out here that like eating other people. Now, Paul Mooney talked about Oprah, you know, eating children and things of that nature. And, the world is very sinister. Very, very sinister. Now, I'm the originator of rap music, right? But it took me a long time to figure out a whole lot of stuff. Now, the short part is, I gave Oprah my story, my child abuse rap, in 1984 at the age of 17. I'm going to get it right this time because I was rushing trying to get my story out there in 2007, and I put my first ever YouTube video, Mary Mac versus the Fat Black Oprah Winfrey, on YouTube November of 2007. And, I said I had gave her my child abuse rap in 1986, but it was really 1984 at the age of 17. Now, she met Stedman in 1986. So even when I'm kind of wrong, I'm still right, but I'm getting it right today. Now, I titled my first ever YouTube video Mary Mac versus the Fat Black Oprah Winfrey because when people don't know what's going on, they tend to binge eat until they figure out who their prey is or whatever. They study you. And, Oprah herself even mentioned, studying Michael Jackson because she had did an interview at Michael's house. And of course, uh, you know, I believe she was in my life long before I ever gave her my first ever, piece of information at the age of 17, like my child abuse rap. I believe she knew me as a little girl and I just didn't remember, or she may have been part of the problem. Because when I got my DCFS files back and I was trying to write my book, Rhymes, Poems, and Metaphors Plus One Song, because that's what they basically wanted to figure out what I knew and what I didn't know, they didn't put any names in my DCFS files. But I did come across, you know, a handwritten signature that looked like Oprah Winfrey's. I don't have my stuff right now to prove it or whatever because they have stolen everything, pretty much turned everybody against me and stuff like that. She didn't want the rappers on her show, no real ones anyway, or who I would consider real, because she didn't know how this was gonna play out. Talking about Oprah Winfrey, but now she's paying all of them to turn against me, and especially the, you know, uh, um, I guess her protege, Young and May. You understand what I'm saying? So they had to find somebody that they could use to, I guess, bring me down. That's what they thought. Uh, I didn't get shit out the deal. Who cares, right? They got to maintain all that stuff. Long story short, uh, I'll put all the links to the beefs and things of that nature, as far as the 50 Cent, Tupac, Eminem, um, you know, videos such Easy E, you understand, Dr. Dre, but basically also the one that Busy from Bone Thugs and Harmony, you know, he did a documentary or whatever talking about let the truth talk or something like that, you know what I'm saying? And talking about how they had set us up from the beginning or whatever and stuff. See, when they knew I was gonna be somebody real big, especially at the age of 6 in 1973 when I stood up for myself for being a child abuse victim, and on and on, the story. If you don't figure it out, it really doesn't matter anymore. Basically, I'm trying to say, come next year, I'm not going to be worried about all this. If y'all continue to come at me like you've been coming at me, looking at me like I'm a Thanksgiving meal or something, you understand what I'm saying? Or an easy come up or whatever you want to call it. Uh, I'm gonna continue to be the victim that I've always been. For real. So if I run from you, you can call me scary, call me whatever you want. Shoot me in the back like the police did when they tased me in my kidney. Or you can kick me in my fucking stomach so I wouldn't have any children, like the police did. You know, understand what I'm saying? Or you can not give me all my money, like my stimulus checks. I didn't get all those, and they go direct deposit. You know, so it's all a setup, right? Now I was looking at Minnie Riperton. She got a song "Back Down Memory Lane," and I put my voice to it in 1995 because I gave Open My Story again in 1995. I put my voice, to 3 cassette tapes front and back, and of course she exploited me. She was worth 500 million at the time. At the time, I said all I wanted was $2 million tax free, and the rest could go to charity. Now I didn't know at the time she was worth 500 million. She's an opportunist. She didn't care about me pretty much. After all the times my higher power allowed me to tap in and save her and stuff, she just didn't care. She don't care now, and I can't even keep going back and forth. But that's the realness of it, for real. And she heard my potentials, became jealous, worried about her, come up, which was fraudulent, and pretty much just kept throwing me under the bus and getting other people that found out about it more money so they wouldn't say nothing. But you're only as sick as your secrets. That's what they say. So, they thought I'd lose my mind and, you know, I'll be dead by now. They have made several attempts. Don't get me wrong. They have. You understand what I'm saying? So, I got my glasses. So when the time comes, you understand what I'm saying? Because I ain't finna go blind for 'em. We can all sing the song because I ain't going by myself. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. So yeah, long story short, I got a lot of people still eating off of me for free. I never had a new car, never had a real day at the spa, never had anything pertaining to all this rap money they made and drug money. I'm not a drug dealer, but people that do drugs and sell drugs thought they can just, you know, blend over in my, you know, realness, my me being originator rap. They thought they could cross over, not pay me nothing. They talk about checking in when you go to another state or whatever. Ain't nobody check in with me talking about, hey, can I be a rapper and all that? So all the ones that made a killing off of me, acting like y'all this, that, and the third, knowing you ain't. I saved your ass from the dope game. You got scared and ran over to the rap game, thought it was easy and stuff. It's not that easy. It's just as worse, if anything. And if you don't tell the truth, my higher power will, you understand what I'm saying, get you back for me. So I was looking at Minnie Riperton Back Down Memory Lane video, and of course, they gave her cancer. She had a child with a white guy. Next thing you know, they gave her cancer, and that's what they do. They kill off the mother allegedly, and they raise the child, and then they use the child the same way as the mother, and then try to get a baby out the mother out the daughter. You understand what I'm saying? Which would be Minnie Riperton's daughter, and they keep the cycle going and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they did with me and my mother, I believe. She got too old, and then they raised me and used me up, and then they wanted to get a child out of me, and I believe they did steal my eggs. I do believe that. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm gonna leave it at that. Long story short, though, what goes around come around. It's just a matter of time. Now, people be like, probably, well, why are you so cool about everything? It's because they want you to go off. They want you to act a fool. They want you to feel some kind of way, and they want you to, snap, crack, and pop so they can get you in them goddamn prisons that's privatized. They got a lot of privatized prisons. Rappers, ain't able to rap no more, so they running with the so-called winners, right? And they using the money that I was supposed to have to incarcerate who? My real Mary McNamara's and the ones who got cheated. You understand what I'm saying? So they trying to get me first to start it off so they can get the rest of y'all. Because they know if they get me, the big cheese, then the rest of them fall right in line. But like I said, they gonna get us all. I'm not going by myself. White people don't like colored people, Mexicans, this, that, and the third. Y'all gave them too much of a leadway. For real. They don't care who fill up them prisons. You understand what I'm saying? They said it was only 500 back in the 70s or whatever. Now it's 1,700 prisons or whatever the case may be. You understand what I'm saying? It's like I never had a felony until I started giving my book Rhymes, Poems, and Metaphors plus one song away. Just like Tupac said, he never had a record until he made a record. So shit is real. So until y'all realize it ain't them that's killing us, it's us that's killing us. And you think by turning me over to the fucking so-called thirsty motherfuckers that they gonna stop with just me? No, they gonna be like, thank you. Now we can get the rest of you motherfuckers, no problem. Including the so-called rich ones and shit. You understand what I'm saying? No one's exempt and no one's bigger than the rest. And when my higher power get through with y'all motherfuckers, the real one, the white people included, the police, the government, all y'all motherfuckers, for real. So basically this video is just to say, come next year, if you keep coming at me with that, I'm running down the street, hollering rape, everything and shit, running like the victim that I am. Real talk. Because when I gave my book away, Rhymes, Poems, and Metaphors plus one song, it had my DCFS files in it. It had the best writing that I could write for a person who was not, educated and who was self-taught. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. And I thought I did the best that I could. And if you couldn't get that through your thick head, and then you try to say, oh, I got children now, I was dumb back then. No, you still dumb. Because you're still fucking with me and you still haven't made an amends or restitution to me and the ones who looked up to me for real, and that my higher power gave the gift to for real. Because I don't sell drugs, I don't do wrong, which means my higher power gave me a way out, even when y'all didn't want me to have one. And then you had the nerve to cross over and take my gift from me that my higher power gave me and think you're not going to pay in the end. So if you do love your children, you'll do right by me. Because, 50 Cent is beefing with his son. You understand what I'm saying? You see where this is going? And they would use your son against you. For real. Why you trying to be all that? Thinking you balling. You need to make amends with your son and definitely make amends with me. For real. And the rest of y'all that threw me under the bus. For real. Because no one's getting away. Tupac tried to tell y'all, but y'all didn't pay attention. And because it is my truth and my story that y'all using, you know what I'm saying? It's only so long fake thugs can pretend. Now, you can kill me all day. You're still going to lose. So that's basically all I have to say. I just wanted to tie up the loose ends because that's all they doing. They tying up loose ends. And I flipped the dictionary at my AA meeting to the word Holocaust. I was in an AA meeting. I flipped the dictionary thick as hell. And it landed on Holocaust. We the ones they killing. They got fucking FEMA camps in Atlanta, Georgia. Who you think they trying to put in that motherfucker? They don't want to pay us. They would have, but y'all niggas forgot about the struggle. When you should have been looking at me all along. I never had a new car. You should have known if I didn't have shit, and I'm the big one, you thought they was going to let y'all get away? Think about it. You'll believe before it's over with. So, happy birthday once again, gang. Step your game up. Peace.